Welcome back to another Twitter investigation of creepy alternate reality games. I usually get plenty of requests to talk about YouTube channels, but as a lot of you asked for, today we'll be taking another dive into the still ongoing Twitter phenomenon, TheSunVanished. Before we begin, I'd like to remind you that this is the second part to a video I made a few months ago. As this video will continue where we left off, make sure you've watched the first part so you're up to date with the story. But as a quick recap, TheSunVanished is a Twitter story about a mysterious apocalyptic incident where the sun appears to have vanished from the sky. Our main character, who remains nameless so far, has been detailing his experiences with the creatures that seem to have invaded the town he's in, providing us with pictures and videos. Last time, our character, at the votes of his readers, has left his home and sought refuge in his neighbor's home. New characters have also been added, who are also tweeting their experiences. The following is a chronological recap of the reoccurring events, so take a seat, grab a few snacks, and enjoy the ride. I feel terrible for what I did and said to Danyon. It's too quiet, I don't like this. I was walking past the coffee table and I noticed it sticking out from under a couple magazines. I'm gonna hang on to this. Makes me wonder if there's anything else around the house. Notes, papers, anything. I'm gonna check and poke around. Found nothing yet, and still no response from Danyon or Tucker. I feel so isolated. For your information, it is sort of a sensitive subject, but I don't have any family to contact, so y'all can stop asking. Guys, Danyon is still alive. He just texted me. Listen, I know you don't trust me and I don't trust you, but if you're still you, you have to get low, get out of sight, whatever it takes. I've taken Danyon's advice, but I haven't seen or heard anything yet. Still deathly quiet. Whatever flew over my house before is back, but this time it isn't leaving. This thing is making sounds I've never heard before. The vibrations are shaking the house. I couldn't see anything out the window, but I quickly snapped a few pictures just in case before taking cover. I can't believe what I'm looking at. Day 30. It's still there, still making noise. I've locked myself in the bathroom, where there's no windows, trying and failing to sleep. I just woke up to this. I just heard yelling, but this time it sounded like the person was in agony. It's just quiet now. The blue light is still here. The blue light finally disappeared, and that thing flew off and left. Should I leave the bathroom now or stay put for a little while longer? I left the bathroom. I'm trying my best to stay calm as I type this, but I think there's a dead body in the middle of the street. There's no way I'm taking a picture of a dead body. This is too gruesome. I'm just gonna try and avoid it. To take my mind off of what is outside, I dug deeper into the piles of books and papers scattered around the house, and I found something intriguing. Yes, the sun is still gone. I have no clue what this journal is talking about. Seems like the same talking nonsense Tucker was talking about with his friend Flynn. Then, coincidentally, Tucker sends a tweet himself. I am alive. Sorry I was gone so long. Power went out where I was, so I've relocated, trying to slowly work my way towards the west coast, so my reception is a bit spotty. I saw the picture you took with the thing in the sky. If you ever see one of those again, get as low as you can, and if you see the blue light, do not let it shine on you. I'm so glad to hear from you. Are you okay? Danyon texted me saying to stay low too. Yeah, I'm doing okay considering what I've been through. Why should I not let the blue light shine on me? What happened that makes you say that? Well, when I got out, I saw someone running away, and when the blue light shined on them, they, well, suffice to say, it wasn't pretty. The body is just gone. Didn't see what happened to it, but it's not in the street anymore. The water from this house is dark now. Thankfully, I filled up my bottles with clean water, but I won't be able to stay here much longer after I run out. Danyon, I'm sorry for what I did. Please respond. 20 hours later, still no response. Thankfully, there's been no activity to take note of. I'm worried about Sucker though. Guys, someone's at the window. It's too dark to make out anything. I just hear frantic knocking. It could be Danyon, or it couldn't be. I guess there's only one way to find out. They're still at the window. I don't know what to do. The person's still standing at the window, but they're not making noise anymore. Oh god, never mind. They're banging on the window now. I think with their head. They're in the house now. They're looking for me. Been hiding for 20 hours. I think they're gone. I need to check the house first. Where should I check first? Okay, I'm heading upstairs. The person has definitely been up here. They're still upstairs. Just snap this before getting out of there. Staying low, staying safe. She seems to be in a trance. She was trying to track me down before, but now, even if I'm right in front of her, she doesn't react. I don't think she's a threat anymore. I locked her in the room where she's standing. Holy shit, I woke up to find the door busted open. Oh god, she's here. After the car horn, I heard a gunshot. Danyon then texts back. I found your Twitter. Is that you honking outside and the gunshot? Yup. So we have the same problem as we had before. Can I trust you? At your 11th birthday, I gave you a Batman Lego set. Is that good enough? Grab your stuff, let's go. I'm finally back. There's so much that I have to catch you all up on. You won't believe what I've seen. After the last video I tweeted, Danyon and I drove a ways into the boonies to stay away from where all this activity is in town. He brought camping gear, so we've stayed in a tent out in the woods for the last couple weeks. It wasn't long before we were out of range from any cell towers, but I made sure to still document anything significant. On our way out of town, we noticed what looked to be a star in the sky, but almost as soon as I pulled my phone out, the star disappeared. Once I got far enough away, where we couldn't see the city lights anymore, we set up camp. It was actually sort of peaceful for a bit, and it gave Danyon and I plenty of time to catch up, but unfortunately there was some rising conflict between us. Danyon isn't a fan of me broadcasting my situation to the internet. He thinks it's dangerous. My philosophy is that I have a chance to reach out other people who might be in the same situation as I am, but suffice to say he hasn't been in a hurry to get back to reception. At this point we had been arguing for days on what to do next, until our decision was made for us. A storm rolled in and we saw this. So with the activity getting closer to our campsite, I finally convinced Danyon for us to pack up and drive towards the closest cell tower. Do I trust Danyon? Yes. Do I trust his judgment? I'm not so sure. We've been camping out next to the cell tower. Danyon took the car and left a few hours ago to find more fuel to siphon. While Danyon is gone, I'm free to answer any questions you all have. A user then asks, how close is the activity to your campsite? Haven't seen anything yet, thankfully. Fingers crossed. Hey, TheSunVanished, I'm Nat. I have survived 2 months now, thanks to the info you've accumulated and shown us. I owe you. I want to make a guide for survival, pick up where the news outlets left off. I have been trying to collect anything I can from other survivors out there, and was wondering if you have any tips. Without knowing your situation, all I can say is stay low. If you're inside, stay away from windows and doors. Good luck to you and your survival guide. Did you see that thing in the sky again? No, not since the video I posted a few days ago. Why do you think the sun went out? I honestly have no clue. There's a lot of speculations and theories floating around, but I'm more focused on staying alive and out of trouble. I just woke up and Danyon is still gone. No response in close to 12 hours. I'm stuck here with no car, no gun, just a tent and the essentials. I only have 38 hours of battery left if Danyon doesn't come back with the car. Guys, we have another problem. I can't see anything, but I can hear someone walking around my tent. Oh god, never mind. Now I can see. This one is different from the others. It's just wandering aimlessly and flickering at random intervals. I'm fighting the urge to go check it out. I know it's too risky, but I have only 5 hours of battery left, not a single sign of Danyon returning, and not much else to lose. Okay, I'm leaving the tent to investigate outside. Quickly snapped this photo and got the hell out of there. I followed it into the crops to get a good look at it. The crops were about 6-7 feet high, so that gives you a good idea of how much taller it was. Less than 2 hours of battery left. I'm powering down my phone for now. Wish me luck. I'm back. It's been a long time, but I'm back. I don't have much time, extremely low battery, but there's a car close by. I can see it. From what I can tell, the car door is open and dinging, meaning the keys are still in the ignition. Oh god, it's warm here. This is a hot spot, but it's my one ticket to getting my phone charged and getting away from here. have to get to a colder location. I promise I'll explain everything. Alright, I'm not in a cold spot yet, but where I am now will do. The ships have certain identifiable flight patterns. You can tell where they tread often by the temperature of the area, hot spots. Where they don't go as often is much more safe, cold spots. After I powered off my phone to save the last little bit of battery juice, some followers on the Twitter account figured out where I was and came to rescue me. They brought me to their shelter and had food and clean water, so I decided to live with them for about 2 months. Then I think the flight patterns changed, and we got found out, and they didn't make it. That's why I've had to learn how to evade the ships on my own for the last few weeks or so. Finally found a good cold spot. There's something that I've been avoiding talking about. When Danyon left, he said he would come back, but he never did. He basically left me for dead out there in the woods. I didn't really say anything here, but I was so angry at him. Couldn't believe I trusted him. But when I turned my phone back on, I got a flood of texts from him. Hey bud, you haven't answered any of my calls, so I don't really know if you're gonna get this or not. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. The way I treated you, even a few times where my mind was actually clear, wasn't fair to you. I shouldn't have left you there. I was scared and I was confused and I didn't know what else to do. Because of what I know, I got in trouble with some people. They are threatening to kill me if I don't tell them what they want to know. Do you remember when we used to be close? Before moving away and starting our own lives? We were happy. I know it's something everyone says, those were simpler times, but they really were. There was so much stuff I never did and never said, but it's too late now. I had my chances to fess up. Again, I'm so sorry. If I'm not a goner by the time you read this, I wish I was a better friend to you. Hey, listen to me. You aren't a goner. You are not a goner. I'm gonna find you, okay? Please tell me you are reading this. His coordinates are really far away, but I have to find them. Even though I'm still upset at him for what he did, I can't leave him in whatever the hell situation he's gotten himself into. I can move on with that on my conscience. There's something else that I haven't told you all. I neglected to mention it because I had no idea what I saw or heard, but now I have actual proof. About a month ago, I saw one of the ships flying nearby and, after a loud noise, it suddenly exploded and then came crashing down. Honestly, at the time I thought I was hallucinating or something, but now I'm fairly certain I wasn't. That's definitely not one of the ships, that's a jet. Been slowly but surely making my way towards the coordinates Danyon sent. I get paranoid when I'm outside of a cold spot for too long. Whoever owned this car previously, they had an adult-sized sleeping bag and a child-sized sleeping bag in the back. It really hit me, just how many people have been impacted by all of this. How many friends, how many families. I wish I could do more to help. It's weird being so open and talkative to you all now, but it's nice to actually communicate with people again. Just read Tucker's updates. Oh my god. For now, we're gonna leave our main character and head over to Tucker's profile. After tweeting about his well-being, Tucker gives us more insight into his situation. Just past the Virginia state line, hoping my family will be okay. They said they haven't seen anything out of the ordinary. I took a chance and decided to drive through Indianapolis. That was a mistake, crawling with headlights. Been hiding out waiting for the roads to clear, slowly making progress. Hey everyone, sorry it's been so long. Before you ask, no, I'm not really okay. The trek to the west coast was unsuccessful. I couldn't get through Indianapolis. I haven't heard from my family. Just caught up on the TheSunVanished situation. Wow. He isn't safe. I'm not safe. Nobody is safe. You cannot trust anyone except yourself. Save yourself. I miss my family. It's been quiet here for a long time. No lights, no people, just cold and quiet. I'm much more stable now if that wasn't already obvious by these tweets. But the shit that happened, I keep replaying the events in my mind over and over and over and over. The images won't go away. My parents and my sister, A ship was there and a blue flash just completely mutilated them. If I had done things differently, if I had never stormed off after that screaming match then moved away, if I hadn't been selfish, they would still be alive right now. And then those fucking things came after me. Strobes, headlights, whatever you want to call them. I knew not to look at their red lights, so I shut my eyes as tight as I could. They didn't like that, so one grabbed me by the throat and repeatedly slammed my head into the wall. I got out of there within an inch of my life, and the thing I'll never forget, when I glanced back while running away, was seeing it look towards me. There was a large cylinder protruding from its head, and I swear to God, its arms and legs grew right in front of my eyes. And now, I'd like to take a moment to present to you the introduction of the third official character of this story, Nat, aka Lost Sun News. Nat has made their first post on the 1st of July. Here's what went down. Hello, my name is Nat. I have survived 2 months, and if you're reading this, then so have you. I have turned this account into a guide for survival, so that anyone who has access to the internet can learn more on how to stay alive via the information collected by people like you. You can help by sending in your encounters, footages, experiences, anything and everything you can do to this account in direct messages. Nat then begins receiving various messages from other people offering their advice. I have a piece of advice, a little obvious but useful in case no one knows. If you hear a shuddering sound and flashing lights, get on the ground and do not move. If you think you have time, hide in a room with no windows, or if you're outside, hide on the ground or in a ditch. I hope this info is worth something. Hey, it's weird to think there's others of you out here. I'm experiencing this in Georgia, but the cell towers have been out for a long time, so I never thought to contact anyone else. The situation is bad here as well. I have kept decently safe around my house. I was a pretty paranoid person to begin with, so everything was locked up, and I rarely went outside. I was with my brother until the supplies started to run out. He went out there with an old radio we had. I had contact with him for a while, and well, I haven't seen him or heard from him in about a week. I'm worried, but knowing him, he might be fine. My parents live near, but just before this happened my mom went to New Zealand to visit her family. I just hope it's safe over there and that I can contact them soon since the cell signal is back up. Sorry for this being so long, but it's nice to see people out there. I was worried there wasn't anyone left. That's my story at least, but I can't shake the feeling like something is behind all this, and it's closer to home than we think. Forget the world you know, forget economy, religion, gender, and the barriers we have built for each other in the sun. If you want to survive, you will have to do whatever it takes, even the things you would not have done months ago. Stay away from them, and away from the lights. Hey, good to see there are others like me out there, surviving and staying hidden. I've been at my folks' camp in upstate New York for some time now, managing to live off canned goods they keep here. They weren't home when I made it to their house, and I haven't been able to get a hold of them since it got dark. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen or heard any of the handful of locals that live in this area. It's almost like everyone vanished. Thought I heard gunshots back in June one night, but I was sleeping when the noise started, so I'm not too sure. I tried contacting TheSunVanished after I got this Twitter account working, but I'm not sure if they got the message. I got no response. Next time I hear those weird angry washing machine noises outside the RV, I'll try to get some video. I don't understand. How can all these people on Twitter still be seeing the sun if we can't? What the hell's going on? Don't know how much longer I can stay here. I'm almost out of food and water. Might have to go into town and have a look around. It's creepy as hell. I drove through the night this whole started and haven't been back through since. I'll see if I can post pics of what I can find. Tried plenty of stations, but I haven't been able to get a whole lot on my radio. Maybe there's still people broadcasting out there. Hey, sorry if this message sends later than it should. Cell towers in Georgetown shorted out a few weeks back. Haven't been able to get into contact with anyone since. Word of advice, don't go into the 113 if you're in Delaware. It's an impractical death sentence. And for the love of God, do not go to any military base within your area. Try going to the Coast Guard station just outside Georgetown. It ain't a pretty sight around there. That's all I really had to say. I'll keep you posted if any other exploits or warnings come up. It might be common knowledge, but I don't think it hurts to note that I'm 100% certain different color objects have different behaviors. The red ones are more aggressive, and the only blue lights I've ever seen have looked like they were way further up than the others. Hello Nat, I saw you from TheSunVanished and thought it was pretty helpful to talk to you. I live in Utah in a pretty rural area with farms and stuff. I am a teenager. I used to live with my parents, but they went out looking for supplies about a week and a half ago, so now I don't have anybody. I didn't have a lot of friends in the first place, but now I don't have any, and it's getting pretty lonely out here. You didn't see the people often before, but now you don't see anybody in the beginning. I heard a couple gunshots, but they stopped soon. Now all I hear is weird noises sometimes. My dad was a trucker, so we have a pretty big radio. The only thing I heard was keep low and stay away from the lights. And most importantly, don't let anyone in unless they have proof of their sanity, and I haven't heard anything since. Right now, I'm locked in my room, and there is someone outside of my door walking around the house. I'm running out of supplies, and I think I need to get out of here. I'm just waiting for the right time. I just hope that people like me and you can outlive this. Hey Nat, my name's Bo. I'm an air traffic controller at McAdeel Air Force Base here in Florida. Only about 40 of us are left. Currently, we are hiding in a small bunker outside the main base. I just wanted to share the transmissions from other military installations and the United States government we've been able to receive. It didn't take the military that long to realize that firearms were not very effective against these things. The darkness made it especially hard for us to fight them before it was too late. The government was crippled in a matter of days, and the last thing we heard from the White House was that the president was being transported to a safe location. We lost contact with Fort Benning a week ago, and without them we are completely in the dark about what's going on. We've managed to stay hidden, but people are getting restless, and because of that I don't see us lasting much longer. If MacDill fell, chances are almost every other base in the US has too. In my opinion, I think we're on our own from now on. The one piece of advice I think I can share with you is to remember that everything we do for now is dangerous. Don't move if you don't have to, and always stay on your guard because chances are you're being watched. I'll try to keep in touch. God bless you and stay safe. Hello Nat, name's Burak. I live in Turkey, and I have a few tips for you to post in your survival guide. Here's the first thing. I found a military base and decided to sneak in. I went in the time you didn't say anything about it. There were warnings, energy and food. I went to check it out. Here's what happened. First off, in the base there were multiple red lights. I could hear them. The Turkish army's water supply is extremely dark. Haven't seen any men, but my experience was traumatizing. Hey, not sure if anyone will see this. I'm Charles from the Chicago area. I've been hiding out up near Lake County and made my way to the city. I've had nasty run-ins with the lights, but just made it. I'm currently hiding outside the O'Hare airport. If anyone can send some backup or a team or something, it will be appreciated greatly. However, the lights are patrolling the property, so you have to be careful. I've been moving around the airport. Warning, if you hear footsteps, do not approach. Hide and wait to see if they are human. Signs of life include breathing, consistent movement, and intelligible speech. Hey there Nat, my name's James, and I live in the Midwest in a pretty small town. I've been on my own without contact from friends or family for the past 2 weeks or so, and I've only left my bedroom, which is located in my apartment, twice to go get all the food and water I possibly can. There's been several points where I could see those lights, mostly just flashing through my bedroom window and nothing else. Thing is, I have no idea what to do when resources run out. I suppose I could go about it like TheSunVanished and escape to somewhere safer. Speaking of which, has there been any news on government institutions? Mainly things from FEMA shelters or the military. I'm sorry for all of this rambling. I've needed to talk to someone for weeks. Yeah. Anyways, just stay safe. I hope for the best for everyone in this disaster. Hi, I'm Jax. I am French but was born in New Orleans. I lived on a barrier island south of New York City. When this started, I was at home and was confused. Listen, there are a lot of good places to hide. I might sound insane, but the best spot is in the open, in ditches, sewers, boardwalks, islands, etc. I think something is covering the sun. If the sun went out, you would see thousands of stars, but we don't. We would also feel different. Earth would just float out into empty space, but we are still in orbit. The sun is there, but something is covering it. Hello there. I'm in a suburban area in Wisconsin. I'm currently alone and have snuck over to the outskirts of the nearby city. It seems like there are more strobes in the more densely populated areas like cities. My advice is to just sneak into other nearby homes to look for supplies instead of higher risk areas. Hey Nat, my name's Chris. My girlfriend and me are dealing also with this situation. We are located in Germany. We have found shelter in an old abandoned bunker from World War II. We feel safe, for now. We've lost contact with our relatives about 2 weeks ago. Sound and light attracts these things. A lot of people in our little town we were living are like mindless now. Water is dark and it seems it causes hallucinations. And I also have something to share. Military isn't a good idea. Firstly, we tried to go into the police station but it was empty. Then we went to a military base. We heard gunshots and there were dozens of red lights and hundreds of those mindless people going all crazy. We left as far as we could. And one more thing, stay away from animals too. We saw a boar. It was staying on the same place for about 10 minutes. It's ridiculous, I know, but we don't have any food left, so I decided to kill it. Well, I tried. As I took my gun out, it turned around, stared at me, and attacked me. We escaped, but I think this boar was infected with whatever those lights do. Because a few hours later, the forest was full of animals and those mindless people. I guess they are somehow connected to each other. Now we are hiding in that bunker. Only 8 rounds left. 6 RMEs and 3 bottles of water. Outside are dozens of them. If they don't go, I don't know what to do. Don't be dumb. Stay. Whatever it costs. Hello Nat, it's James again. My situation has been getting steadily worse since that first message I sent you. More lights seem to be, I don't know, patrolling is the right word? They seem to act intelligently and sentiently. I've also seen more of those weird ships. I call them origami ships. They periodically float above my neighborhood every 2 days or so. I guess trying to scope out for more survivors. I might try to make a beeline for it towards my car. I'll update you if that happens. Hey Nat, the name's Steve. This is my first time gaining access to the internet in who knows how long ever since the sun first disappeared. So I've decided to give you my experience and advice dealing with this dilemma before I eventually lose access again or die. To save time, I'll shorten it. I live in a neighborhood in the southern part of the Piedmont of North Carolina. A group of friends and I have survived for around a few months or so. Timekeeping is not our priority. Having connections are important. In these times, having people you can trust at your side is great for your mentality. As for the rest of our neighborhood's residents, their homes went silent around a week after the sun disappeared. We have explored the neighborhood we are in, only to find nobody, though we will stay at my house for now. Anyhow, I'll try to get back to you soon with better details. The connection is getting worse as I type. Thank you for listening. Should I try message Tucker and interview him? To which most people said yes. Tucker, are you online? Yes, can I help you? I wanted to ask you a few questions. Were you able to get back to Virginia? Yeah, back where I started. I see. Why do you repeat certain words, phrases? Excuse me? You've been repeating certain words and phrases in your tweets and messages. Usually a sign of drinking contaminated water? I'm fine. It isn't that big of a problem. Okay, well what about your family? What happened to them? We are not talking about that. If you mention that again, I will block you. I will block you. Okay, have you seen what the strobe's headlights look like? Kinda. I've been able to make out a silhouette of one of them. What did it look like? It kinda had the shape of a person, but definitely didn't move like a person. Can you elaborate? What did it move like? I don't know. Not normal. If it has the shape of a person, did you see its head? I don't know. Did it chase after you? How tall was it? I don't know. How did you get away? I don't fucking know. When you're in the moment, fight or flight, you aren't thinking about this shit. You don't notice details, you just have to stay alive. I'm sorry, but we just want to know what's going on. Nat, have you ever been in a situation like I have? Have you ever had to run like your life depends on it? Because if you had, you'd understand how difficult it is to recall things. When you're in situations like that, all you care about is one thing: survival. You're right, I haven't been through something like that. Nat, how old are you? 14. I get it. You're young and eager to obtain information because you have no idea what's really out there. But I promise you, if you've experienced these things for yourself, you'd have a very different set of priorities. Where have you been staying this whole time? In your house? Yeah. Yeah, so cut me some slack, because you haven't been through what I have. Listen, just give me some time. I'll come to you when I jog my memory about what I've seen, okay? Hey kid, glad to see you're online again. I'm sorry for popping off like I did. I let my emotions get the best of me. You're doing a good thing here with your Twitter. Don't be afraid to keep broadcasting people's first-hand accounts and experiences. Nat then continues receiving messages from people. Hello Nat, my name's Lion and I'm currently in my boarded up home. People have been wandering around the streets and it is hard to not help my neighbors, but it looks as though they have drank the water. Thank God that I was informed about how the water works. I have a theory that instead of simply disappearing, the sun is still there and the earth is covered by something. Whether it's by the largest alien ship or some sort of sheet, I don't know. But if the sun were gone, we'd be able to see millions of stars because there would be no light pollution, but it is pitch black. Hey Nat, I think I know where TheSunVanished might be. Last several weeks there's been a lot of fighter jets flying around where I've been staying. Turns out there's an Air Force base not but 10 miles from me. Do you think TheSunVanished is near an Air Force base? I am a Russian soldier camping out at an old military base and recently killed what we call them, demon lights. We shot a ship out of the sky in an old World War II anti-air cannon and it attacked our camp. We killed it with a T-14 Armada, an armored tank. We quickly learned that contact with the body equals death. More are coming, some are bigger than, and the mothership is right above our base, and it will crush us if we shoot it. Please acknowledge this, for it might be our last stands. Hi Nat, I'm Mike. Glad I found you. I was at my cabin near the border of Minnesota and Canada, close to Lake Superior when all of this went down. I was probably the only one for miles at that point. I have never seen the flashing lights others are talking about, but it has gotten cold here fast. For a while I was catching fish and just living off what I caught, but now I'm out of propane for the cabin. I do, however, have a generator and a ton of gasoline after stealing it from every house and cabin for 10 miles in every direction. Whenever I run out of gasoline, I am likely going to die. That is terrifying. Here's the lake. It shouldn't be this cold in October, it has made fishing impossible. The snow isn't really snow. Superior is so big that when the wind blows, open parts of the lake spray water from their waves that become snow. None of it has come from the sky. There are no stars, no northern lights, and no sources of light other than the flash on my camera. After reading what you have written, I never do this anymore and try to stay as dark as possible. Luckily, about a mile away lives one of those crazy doomsday preppers. We had a bunker full of canned food, gasoline, guns, cash, 80 gallons, drums of water, and a ladder generator. We all have generators up here because of winter storms. He has been saving all this stuff since almost 19 years ago. Finally came in handy, at least for me. I haven't seen another person for months. My water supply is fine because it is in those drums or from my own well. I would advise people who can move to get away from rural areas. It's dark and scary, but there are no flashing strobes nor zombie people, at least not yet. And if they come, I have more ammo that I know what to do with. Hey Nat, I am part of the 92nd's Chemical Battalion, or at least I was. I was on leave when this mess went down. Me and some of my buddies made our way back to Fort Gillem to reconnect with my unit. That was a mistake. There wasn't really much left there, and we saw a whole mess of strobe lights just like wandering about looking for survivors. We took off and it's been months now, from what I can tell at least. Supplies have been low, but we've rationed what we could. Advice: do not drink the water, even if it has been boiled. My close friend, Private Logan, boiled the water and drank it. We had to leave him, he started acting weird. It hurts me to say that, I don't know how long I have left before my next scavenging run. Apparently people have been hearing jets. Hopefully this ends soon. Stay safe. I'm a musician from Japan. I've been tapped in a hotel for a while. I would have contacted, but it took me a while to translate from Japanese to English. One of these things has been staying around my hotel, and I am not able to leave. I was able to get a picture though so far. I think no one has gotten into the hotel other than us who could have been here from the start. I don't know what to do because food is running short and we can't leave to get more. I honest to God have no idea why you guys are broadcasting yourselves so freely on social media. I know you want to help people, but have you ever stopped to think that maybe there's bad people out there? You, TheSunVanished and Tucker have a lot of eyes watching you. Please remember that. While I was looting a convenience store, I noticed there were 2 of those strobes outside the window. After I dug down, I realized that they were both making unusual noises. Like, aside from the clicking noise, they were making different tones. Has anyone else noticed this? Please help. I can't stay. There's something inside. My mom got out. I had her locked away because she wasn't herself anymore, and now she's out. I can't do this again. Sorry I haven't tweeted in a while, everyone. I might seem on edge, but honestly I'm doing better since October. Thank you for the love and support. What the hell did I just wake up to? I've been frantically messaging Nat all day, no response and no tweets since last night. I'm really worried. I don't know what to do about this. Should I message again? I didn't even stop to really think about what condition Nat has been in all this time, not until now. I'm here, Tucker. I'm alive, I got out. Are you okay, kid? Are you hurt? What happened? I'm bleeding a lot. My mom broke out of the basement where I locked her in. I couldn't hurt her even though I should have. I couldn't do that to my parents again, so I left. For the first time in a long time, I left. Nat, I'm so sorry. It hurts a lot. I don't know where I am now, but it's cold and dark. I am alone. Do you have any means of getting into another building, a neighbor's house, anything? No, I tried. All doors are locked. I tried breaking a window, but it's way tougher than it looks. I don't know how I can help. What the hell do I do? I can't believe this, but I'm going. I'm tired of feeling useless. I'm going to find Nat. I'm traveling light. Nat isn't too far away compared to my last trip, about 500 miles or so. 8 months later, I'm back trekking through Indianapolis again. Much less active this time around, and about half of the electrical grid is out. Alright, I'm at the address Nat sent me. Looked around and can't find anything. No response from Nat on Twitter either. What should I do? I'm gonna take your advice. Gonna get into the house and have a look around. The house was way more kept up on the outside. This looks like it's been a shithole for a long time. No way this much crime and dust has accumulated in just 10 months. Listen, I am telling you, leave while you still can. I know you're trying to help Nat, but whatever is happening, you need to get out of there. In this situation, you have to think about yourself before others. That's what I did when I tried to reach my family. I was thinking about myself, and look what happened to them. I'm not making the same mistake again. I've tried contacting Nat, no response. Don't know what to do except sit here in this cold, dark house. I've looked everywhere in the surrounding area and in this house, except for the basement. I know what's down there based on what Nat tweeted. I hate being a passive bystander, trust me, but there's fuck all I can do now, unless you people have any ideas. I'm trying to think of any possible reason as to why Nat is MIA. It's freezing outside, so no ships and a very low chance of drones. It could be dark water, but after checking GPS, there's no bodies of water within a 10-mile radius. It's honestly depressing that the one time you decide to extend your hand to another to help them, you're too late. It can't be too late. There's gotta be something I'm missing. I guess I don't have much of a choice, do I? When I press up against the wall leading to the basement, I hear this. I'm in the basement. I found Nat and her mom. Nat is okay, I think. At least she's alive. I'm trying my best to comfort her. We're on the road now. She doesn't want to talk about it, but I helped bury her parents before we left. Hopefully it provided some closure for her. I don't want to be insensitive, but her dad's body was very decomposed. I wonder how long it had been there. And now we're once again back to our main character, TheSunVanished. Been staying in another cold spot. This one clearly hasn't been traveled in a long time. The trees are dying here. I used to have these kinds of evergreens in my backyard when I was a kid. It's disturbing to see them dying now. Just drove past a junkyard full of cars. Something odd I noticed, all of the mirrors were gone. I had a dream about Danyon, but it was more like a memory, I guess. When we were little, we would climb into the giant dead tree in our neighborhood. The branches could barely support our weight, so we would kick and push each other's branches until one eventually would snap. I can't help but feel like I'm already too late. I haven't heard a word from him. Something feels really off, but I can't put into words why. Wait, what the hell do you all mean I've been gone for a month? It's only been a week or so. I don't remember how I got here. I'm racking my brain trying to think of what happened. I wish I tweeted more so I could remember, but you guys are right, it's been a month. You got some extra letters in that tweet, maybe take a nap? That's the first thing I'd do if I lost a whole month. Have you checked your camera roll or anything to see if there's any stuff from the days you missed? I feel like that's what I've been doing, napping. I have so little energy, but I should definitely check my camera roll. These were taken 4 years ago. For some reason, they were in an album called Remember. I know I sound crazy, but it feels okay to stay here. I think here is safe, next to the water, next to the water. Tucker then sends another tweet to our main character. Look, you need to leave now. You are not safe. This is exactly what the water is designed for. They are gonna come for you. Something is keeping me here. I tried to leave, but I just come right back. I don't know what to do. I can't believe I'm alive. I'm alive. It took everything out of me. I kept forgetting why I needed to leave, but you all helped me. Thank you. Thank you. I understand now what people mean when I hear about close encounters with these things. It isn't just a light, it looks into you. You alright? Yeah, just a bit scraped up. I meant mentally, not physically. Oh, I don't know, I feel different I guess. I swore in my life that I didn't look into the light. It's just that I've never been this close to one before. Yeah, I think I understand what you mean. But what did you mean by this is exactly what the water was designed for in your tweet? From what I heard, that seems to be the purpose of whatever's in the water. It leaves you psychologically vulnerable and easily influenced by circumstances. The question is where it came from and why. Why do they want us alive? The blue light from the ships seems to be an exception, but I've had plenty of narrow escapes from the water, the headlights and the ships, and I can't be the only one. I mean, I'm crafty, but not that crafty. What the hell do they want with us? How do you manage to get internet so you can talk to us? 50-50 chance of cell towers working, but I'm surprised how versatile internet servers are in situations like this. How do you manage to get internet so you can talk to me? How you survive all this time? I've been asking myself for a while now. I don't know how to say this without sounding like a sinful hatter, but I'm starting to feel like this isn't just sheer luck. What's your next plan of action? Still making my way towards Danyon's last known coordinates. I'm running low on fuel again though. Any updates on Danyon? I've heard nothing from him still, but I reread his last text almost every day, trying to see if there's anything I've missed, anything that could help. I'm still over 100 miles away. I really need to pick up the pace, but I also don't want to attract any unwanted attention. Do you think you'll be the same guy if you survive in the end? I don't want to be rude, but what end? I don't see how this is gonna stop anytime soon. But I have to survive. I have to. I need to make sure Danyon's okay, at the very least breathing. He's all I have now. No other friends, no family. This is my chance to make things right. Make it right? He left you for dead. No, he didn't. In his text, he talked about getting in trouble with some people. He was running. It wasn't his fault. Merry Christmas, everyone. I can't believe I'm spending the holidays sitting here alone in the cold and the dark. Thanks for sticking with me for the last 8 months. Right now, you all are the only family I have. A question for all of you. What's your reason to wake up in the morning? Are you okay? Yeah, I'll be fine. Anyway, I have some news on my progress. I'm on a highway, the quickest route to get to Danyon's coordinates. Only problem is that this highway takes me through a city. It's risky, but if I take the chance, going through the city will take much less time than trying to go around. What do you guys think? City it is. I'll start driving again soon. Wish me luck. I was really nervous driving into the city limits, but I'm here. I'm being extremely careful, driving slow with all the lights off to avoid unwanted attention. No signs of life yet, which puts me really on edge. Side note, I noticed a new photo in that album. I do not recall taking this. This city isn't as ransacked as I thought it would be, stockpiling as much food as I can find. I don't know when I'll have this opportunity again. Not so lucky on that front. If I don't have some fuel soon, I'm probably gonna have to start searching on foot. Where are all the people? I don't know. It is cold enough here that it makes sense not to see any ships or strobes, but people? That concerns me. As I expected, the low fuel warning just dinged. Got my flashlight, bat, phone, I'm on foot now. Siphoning fuel from various cars. I've got about half a jerry can filled. Trying to find more. Oh god, I just got back to where I parked. There are 4 people standing in front of my car with their backs facing towards me. I won't be able to outrun them. I have to get to the car. That's the only way I can escape. Doing my best to approach quietly, fill up the tank, and get in the car. They broke my arm, this hurts so much, holy shit. How the hell do I treat this? The last time I broke a bone was before I can even remember. This is where most readers come in to offer TheSunVanished some advice. Thank you all for your help and support. I've made a splint and I'm trying my best to rest now. I drove to the outskirts of the city, but I need more time to heal up. I feel so tired and I'm still in pain. I need as much strength as possible before continuing towards Danyon. Also, I caught up on the Tucker and Nat situation. I'm so glad they're together now. And that concludes the stories of our characters so far. I'm without a doubt sure there will be more to this story, and if I'm honest, I was planning on waiting till the end of the story to make a video, but since a lot of you have been asking me to make an update, I had to deliver. Thanks for joining me in this investigation, and thanks to TheSunVanished, Tucker and Nat for providing us with this intriguing storyline. Make sure you keep an eye out on their Twitter accounts for more updates, and also follow me on Twitter and Instagram to keep up with my YouTube channel and my personal life. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.